Yeah, it knocked us a little bit out. You know, it's we had a couple of those penalties. We did a pretty good job penalty-wise, but we had one that took us from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 7. Then we took a sack that got us into a long, long field goal where we had every opportunity to score a touchdown. And then that took us really out of reasonably manageable 3rd down. So that was frustrating, and what led up to that point. You know, I mean, we'd been running the ball well. I mean, there was nothing about going into those last few drives, because we did score the first drive of the 4th quarter. Nothing about that said we wouldn't still be able to run the football. And you look back and you evaluate and say, what could we have done better? But throughout the whole game, the end of the game, the middle of the 4th quarter is no different than the rest of the game. Throughout the game, when you have 50, 60 calls, there's calls within the game that you wish you had back, or that you executed at a high level. So all that's part of the evaluation process once you get done with the game and you look at it.
The 4th and 3, what was your dialogue there at all? Was there any thought on your end of going for it?
There was talk of going for it. Yeah, like any 4th down. That's no different than any 4th down situation. There's dialogue of whether you go for it or not. That wasn't any different then than any other 4th down that we have that's reasonable, right?
Mark said again yesterday that he thought that if he wasn't cramping at that point, that you guys would have gone for the 4th and 3. Was that your read on it? Or?
I don't really have any read on it. I mean, I don't have any read on that at all. I mean, what happens in the middle of the game and what the decision that we make collectively, you know, to go for it or not to go for it. I mean, I'm not one way or the other. I mean, that's his read on it. Yes.
What would you think of how Mitchell Payton played, filling in kind of in that Patrick Ricard role a little bit? How did he do? And like you said, obviously you guys were able to run the ball at a high level.
No, I mean that was awesome. I mean, trying to, figure out, is Pat going to be available? You're going to have him. How important he is to us, and being able to play in that mode, right? The downhill physicality, the physical run game. So, and for never played in a game, and what a unbelievable testament. I mean, in my mind, he could have easily made the 53. If you have training camp for guys to earn to make the team, I mean, he did that, and then for him to play in the backfield, which we hadn't done a lot of, I mean, within 3 days was, it was huge. It was huge in terms of our ability to run the ball like we did.
Todd, Miles Garrett, a lot of focus on this Cleveland defense. What's the key to kind of keeping him contained?
Well, I mean, there's a number of things that you have to do against any elite player, right? It doesn't matter who that is, and he just happens to be one of those elite players that you've got to do a great job in the modes you play in, the looks you give him, the help you've got to give your guys. I mean, that's all part of it. That's no different, and he's an elite player, man. He's going to wear a gold jacket, and he's hard to go against. He's hard to prepare for, as their whole defense is, as they did do a great job as an attacking style defense, make you earn it.
What did they do so well against Cincinnati to really limit up the explosives that I know you guys are looking at for every game?
Well, I mean, their mentality is they don't want to give you anything. I mean, they're a heavy man team. They're a heavy pressure team. They've got really good players and really good coaches. And so when you get into that I mean, they got momentum going. They got momentum at home. Became harder and harder for the Bengals to be able to run it, which is, I mean, you got to be able to run the football against these guys. You can't just let them tee off and get after you. So when they couldn't run the football, that put them behind the 8 ball.
Obviously a popular topic of conversation around here is the blown leads and not putting away certain games. How much do you put the onus on yourself to maybe be more aggressive going forward? Is that something you guys have talked about and you look at in particular late in games when you have a lead, being more aggressive? Sure.
I mean, it's goes both ways, right? I have to be able to trust Lamar, with the ball in his hands, which we did. I mean, on the second to last drive, we ran a QB driven, and he got 16 yards, and we did it again. I mean, the fly sweep to Zay is a QB driven. Obviously, we can be more aggressive. And when things don't work, it's not right. You're wrong. I mean, if we'd have gone in the game and scored 12 points, then the game plan wouldn't have been good enough. I mean, that's the world we live in is when it works, it's the right way. When it doesn't, then you got to figure out how to fix it. That's what we're paid to do, is fix it, right? So you look at it and say, okay, mentality-wise, where we're at, because every situation is different, right? a field goal to beat you, a field goal to tie, a touchdown needed, all of those things. And you look at it and say, okay, how can we be better next time? In all aspects of the game plan, but especially then, because that was a game within the game. No matter what you've done up until that point, you need to find a way at that moment to not put the defense back on the field, and we didn't do that.
What's the one aspect you feel like coming off that game you'd like to be better in when you look at it?
Well, we got in the red zone and we had lost yardage plays. I mean, let's say it like it is. We had a 3rd and 2 on the very first drive, penalty, and then a lost yardage play, made a long field goal. And then right before half, we had the fumble that we lost 15 yards, basically took us out of everything after that was trying to get us in manageable field goal range, where at that moment, when you talk about the swing before the half, it went from possible touchdown, now we have to get a field goal, and then they get a field goal coming back. That was huge. Now, luckily, to start the second half, we scored to kind of take that momentum back. But those were the things that we need to improve on, is when we get in the red zone, like, we can't go backwards. I mean, we can't put ourselves in those positions where you've done everything right up until that point. All right?